The Environmental Protection Agency is set to make history this week when EPA Administrator Michael Regan announces the nation's most aggressive climate regulation limits to date on Wednesday. These limits propose that between 54% and 60% of new vehicles sold in the U.S. by 2030 be all electric, and this number is expected to rise to between 64% to 67% of new cars sold by 2032, surpassing President Joe Biden's goal of having 50% of cars sold by 2030 be electric. As the transition to an all-electric transportation future accelerates, electrical vehicles must not only become more attractive for consumers to purchase but also for nationwide infrastructure to support them. With these proposed limits, the number of electric vehicles on America's roads is set to significantly increase, and in response President Biden has announced plans to make available at least 500,000 electric vehicle chargers in the U.S. by 2030 so that these cars can run. Electrical cars represent an opportunity to reduce petroleum-based emissions and improve air quality, so organizations like the EPA, automakers, and individual consumers are working together to make the transition to electric vehicles as seamless as possible. Automakers have already begun to invest in electric cars and are exploring ways to maintain reasonable vehicle costs. Consumers, in turn, need to consider their emissions impact and adjust their purchasing habits so that these vehicles become better alternatives to gas guzzlers. Only then can America truly make the switch to the all-electric transportation future. The EPA's announcement this week is set to make a major impact on the auto industry and the environment. It gives automakers an aggressive timeline to convert their fleets to electric and also creates incentives for consumers to consider buying electric cars. The greater the demand for electric cars, the more cheaper and efficient models will become, ultimately leading to a cleaner, healthier planet for all. On Wednesday is the day for the world to make sure that this future of the electric transportation becomes a reality. It is the day when EPA Administrator Michael Regan announces the most aggressive climate regulation limits that America has ever seen. It is a future that needs to be protected, and we can all make a positive contribution to the environment by learning how to make smart decisions and adjustments in our daily lives.